we just got our most recent dev letter for Shinobi Striker, and we're getting Curse Mark Sasuke as the next DLC, but he's not a healer type. And what this shows is that the devs really don't care about healer types, and this is a very concerning thing considering how long it's been since they had their last DLC. But we're going to go ahead and hop straight into these patch notes, man. There's not going to be too much, that we need to talk about. We're just going to read through it since we know that this will be releasing later on this week. But today's anime question is going to be, how do you feel about the news of it being Curse Mark Sasuke? And how do you feel about this information that it's not a healer type, especially for my healer mains, man? And the same thing my Benzer said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things, and make sure you tune in later this week because we will be covering the whole DLC, man. But we actually come over here to this website, man. We're not going to spend too much time on all this because we've already looked over it. We're going to give you just the basic details, man. So we got the table of contents. Basically, they're just saying thank you and all this stuff. But we can see, so we're getting another chidroi. Now, which makes this chidroi different from the other ones. One thing is it moves a little bit faster. This one doesn't have as much armor whenever it's actually charging in, but this one has a special thing of the fact if you land it, it's going to reduce the cooldown. And it says right here the reduction is very large and it can reduce the cooldown by nearly 70%. So depending on how many times you land this chidroi in a row, the cooldown will reduce. So let's go ahead and get a look at it. So you see right there, and it's obvious that he's a range type, and this is how we know that it's not a healer because we can see the weapon. This is a range type. And they're just a normal chidroi, but it's nice that it gets a slower cooldown if you land it, but nothing too crazy. And I don't think there was nothing else any special with this, but like I said, it says the charge speed is faster than other charging type ninjutsu, but it is possible, so like I said, you can get interrupted if you get hit with something. Now we look at the next jutsu. This one is going to basically be Sasuke, like when he uses his strings and then he actually lights it up with flames. And this one I think works pretty similar to the, if the attack weapon, the Valiant Threads, where you do the heavy attack where it wraps them up. That's what this activates like. Now it does say one thing though. It says this is a powerful technique that can restrain attacks and inflict debuff effects from a long distance. It is a long distance jutsu that can be used in a variety of situations such as divergent, Kabsos, and interceptions. But its weakness is that the technique remains frozen for a very long time regardless of whether it hits the target. And you can actually see in this that it seems like you're going to get this animation where you shoot out the fireball regardless if it lands or not. So when you look at it over here, look at this, and you see it, watch this. Look how long it is. First you get them with the threads, and then you come with the fireball after. So yeah, that's a long time to be vulnerable, because somebody can hit you with a move very easily. I won't say this is as long as Majestic Destroyer fame as far as the vulnerability goes, but you can see there's some variation in how you can actually activate this. It's airborne, obviously. You can do it mid-combo, and it seems like it pairs well. Seems like the activation for the hitbox is maybe getting hit with a kunai. Seems like it, yeah. It's just a kunai in a wide range, kind of similar to the Minato jutsu that you get. This one isn't too bad. And then the ultimate is going to be the Curse Seal State 2. Now I do really like the way the animation looks for this one. Maybe I use this animation for the thumbnail, possibly. But basically, you transform into the Curse Mark state. Of course, you get some enhanced abilities. We'll be able to check this stuff out a little bit more once the jutsu actually releases. But one thing that's pretty interesting is it says that this is more of an aggressive ultimate. In addition, you get additional inputs. So your heavy changes to a fireball, and it says you can release a chidroi, which penetrates enemies and terrains and flashes charges for it. So this chidroi seems like it's going to go through walls and things like that. So it's making it possible to pierce many enemies from a long distance. The skill is recommended for those who want to overwhelm their enemies by continuing to attack. And we can get a look of what this looks like. That animation looks really nice. And then we see this right here, boom, just normal combos. That's the heavy right there, a fireball. And then you're going to get to see the chidroi. And this is going to pierce through attacks. So I'm pretty sure, I don't know how thick the walls are that you're going to be able to do this. Maybe it's not going to be too crazy, but we're going to have to see once we actually get to try this ultimate out, what can you really pierce through. And that's basically the Sasuke DLC. It doesn't seem like you're getting anything else, maybe like some outfits and stuff, but we'll have to check that out. And then of course, they got the 6th anniversary campaign. Nothing too crazy, just some esoteric scrolls. You can get a total of 30 scrolls by logging in for 7 days. I mean, could be a lot more for a 6.5-year anniversary, And then we got some SS plus items. So this first one is basically like a Quincy bow, bro. It's a Quincy bow, and depending on, you know, how you do the different combinations between the light and the heavy, you know, you might shoot out some different status element type of bows. We'll be able to check this out a little bit more once we actually get to see this weapon. But you can see right here, though, there is one of the key things is the charging. So there's 3 stages when you charge at the heavy. In the first stage, you can release a spreading arrow, so it's going to go out in a wide state. In the second stage, the arrow can penetrate through terrain, so maybe it's going to go through some walls or maybe like a mud wall. And in the third stage, the attack rains up from the air. So it's just like Uryu's arrows, where it goes up and then it comes down to the ground. And it also says if you like to start off with a normal combo and then you finish with the heavy, you'll get various different types of strong attacks that have different effects. So we can get a look at what some of these combos look like here, man. This is the animation for actually using the weapon, and then we're gonna see here, this is what it looks like. So, you know, not too crazy, and it's pretty quick. We get this little shot of the holding hot heavy. It didn't look like you had to hold that long to actually get the arrows coming over the top. And this is what it looks like, man. I like how it has the, you know, the little shot at the end of that one. I really like the over-the-top move, especially how quick it comes. You're going to see here whenever he actually charges it and has it come from over the top, look how quick that comes down. So it's going to be a pretty good move. I'm very excited to actually try out this weapon and mess with it a little bit. It doesn't look like there's any unique status elements, but I can appreciate the style. The next one is basically the Byakugan hands. This is basically what it is. It doesn't show anything about like any special skills. It does say that it lands some of the highest number of attacks, and it also says that it has the highest damage output for healing weapons. So this is for the healer. And basically it's very fast. I'd like if this one maybe slowed down your chakra, you know, the amount how fast you get your chakra, but not sure if they're going that far with this. But this is what you see, man. The combo's looking pretty good with this one. It looks like you can, you know, go pretty well, but I think this is maybe just a normal SS plus. Yeah, this is SS plus. And if it doesn't have any unique skill, they gotta stop releasing SS plus weapons without any type of status elements, because it just doesn't compare when you have the Inferno Sword burning people, and you also have, you know, the healer weapon with the monstrous destruction where you can absorb the chakra and then switch to range. They gotta stop making us get these SS plus weapons without any type of unique status elements or buffs. This is not good. This is a SS weapon, not SS plus. This is a SS weapon. Well, this is a SS weapon without having all that stuff. So when we actually look at the next one, we got another ninjutsu. It's going to be another awakened tailed beast, and this one is basically you turning into, I forgot which tail it is, but basically the bug one. You're turning into the bug, and you basically transform and you shoot out a tornado. But the key thing with this secret technique is the fact that you get some additional buffs to like some of your teams. So this is very much a support ultimate secret technique that allows users to attack and also support allies, because you'll give your allies a buff. And it says the enhanced effect is a powerful buff that increases the speed of action, also evasion ability, also the attack follow-up, so basically your attack tracking. It also reduces the cooldown for ninjutsu and transformation, and it increases the secret technique gauge of all allies. So this is pretty good, you know, pretty good support. Pretty fast animation. Transform, boom, shoot out the tornado. Looks like the range is pretty good. And then you're going to see that all your allies are going to get a buff, and they'll probably have this wind around them. So, you know, pretty cool ultimate. Nothing too crazy with this one. And it says, you know, these are all going to be scheduled to come out after, you know, the next update sometime. With update 2.61, as far as some balance adjustments, this is basically just them talking about they're adding air activation to Kamui. I believe this is like one of the earth style jutsus, and this one is the water style rosary bondages. You can use this in the air and stuff like this now. And it also says that they're going to allow some different things. What does it say? They said it also made it easier for you to land the Rasengan consecutively, even like if there's like bad connection, so maybe if somebody's lagging, and also making the Chidori super armor state while charging. So it seems like this is going to be interesting with the Chidori. They're doing like an all-around universal buff for the Chidori, but it says it making it so that it will not be knocked back except by certain attacks. So it's going to be interesting to test out the Chidori, because this makes things a little bit different, especially if like stuff like Almighty Push and stuff like that aren't going to knock you back anymore. It seems like they're trying to make the Chidori be able to power through a lot more moves, but we'll check out some more of these updates once the patch releases. We'll be showing that. We do have another weapon, which is going to be the Fu's Feather. This is basically a weapon for Fu, and this one doesn't look, you know, too crazy. Basically, you know, you just get the wings of Fu and, you know, got a few blades. But you look at this one, man, you know, you get the fly a little bit, you get the slash, you know, nothing Nothing too crazy, but it's nice, you know, to have some different move sets so, you know, people can be a little bit stylish. It's a little fast. It looks pretty fast. I have to imagine this looks like an attack weapon. Definitely does look like an attack weapon with how fast it is. Small chance of it being ranged, but pretty sure this is an attack weapon. The next one is going to be the Snake Sword Yataga, and this one's maybe, there's a chance of this one being a range. Let me see. But it could be used to attack. I think this could either be a range or maybe a defense weapon, but I don't think they necessarily say. It says offensive weapon. Okay, yeah, this is a healer type weapon. Oh, that's interesting. It does say it here. So this is a healer type weapon. Offensive weapon, I'm guessing this means attack. Okay, that's not too bad of a sword. You know, this is what it looks like. Not sure if this has any type of poison effect, because we did see a little bit of purple, but it doesn't say anything about poison. But I do like how the snake can come out, especially how you activate this. I'm curious what the heavy is going to be. If the heavy is just you using the snake, then that's going to be really cool. And then we got another weapon. This one's a shooting weapon, so yeah, this one's definitely the ranged one. And this one is going to be right here. It's like a mage staff, basically. You're basically like a mage. Like, you can shoot out fireballs. Like, I feel like we're like, this is like some Black Clover shit now, bro. This ain't even Naruto anymore, man. Like, we're using magic. But this is cool. I'm not gonna act like this isn't a cool weapon. Get like a little firewall, then you can just shoot out the fireballs. So I'm very curious what the heavy is gonna look like. I think it does say some stuff about, you know, it can be close range if you want to, but if you use the heavy, you can shoot out like fireball volleys and stuff like that, or bring it down lightning. So they're trying to go a little bit crazy with some of these weapons, and I'm pretty sure it's not saying if these are all SS plus. So there's a chance these ones are SS and they don't have like any unique status elements, but at least they're a little bit easier to get. And then this is one of the last things they're adding is the ninja tool. They're finally, basically this says Tongareshimaru, which is basically this is the Akamaru clan, not the Akamaru clan, but the Nakamichi Shoji's clan. The Choji clan, basically their pill. This is going to give you the wings, and it's going to come with, you know, an extreme attack buff, damage buff, but it's also going to come with the drawback after you activate it. Now, they don't necessarily explain the drawback, but they do say that you need the time when you do this. So it says right here, in exchange for taking the risk of a significant decrease in stamina, you'll also be able to overwhelm your opponents with overwhelming attack speed, power, super armor, stuff like that. However, if you cannot defeat the enemy, you'll be in a very dangerous state, so be sure to use it at the right time. So we don't really know what the dangerous state's going to be. Maybe you don't have any chakra, or your ninjutsu or reset or something like that, but it does say that you're going to get an attack power boost and you're going to get some super armor, and it seems like this is a pill, so it's going to be very interesting that they're finally adding a negative, a negative effect of using one of these pills. I kind of wonder if they're going to make some adjustments to the rest of the pills later on, making it where there's some type of negative effect. And that's the conclusion. It says the next update, so this is going to release this week, the Young Sasuke DLC. And it says it's scheduled to release on Friday the 28th, so please wait a little bit longer. And it also says we plan on providing you with future information on Shinobi Striker. I'm guessing this is meaning Shinobi Story, so please wait. And I think they did confirm somewhere around here, or they don't say anything about a new season, but, oh yeah, right here, it says next season. So we do have another season that's, you know, basically confirmed from here, but still nothing about the custom lobbies and stuff like that. But basically, I mean, it's fine, but I know for a lot of you this maybe isn't enough. Basically what we got from this dev letter is new DLC and more flashy weapons, and you can let me know in the comments, is this okay for you? Are you fine with new DLC and more flashy weapons and some balance changes, but not some of the things you've been asking for? Let me know if you're still playing this game, and if this new update is going to bring you back to play a little bit longer if you stopped, or if you're kind of getting a little bit, tired of, waiting for some of the things you've been asking for, man. But hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things. I'll actually have the link for this website in the description, so you can go look at it yourself if you want to actually read some of these things a little bit more in depth, man. But hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one, man. We out.